3-on-3 basketball at the 2015 European Games. This is the first day of the tournament. 16 teams going at it, battling, looking to move on to the quarterfinals. And coming up now, it's going to be Russia against Estonia. Let's meet the players. So there are the Russians. They were a perfect 3 wins and no losses in the preliminary games. They finished in first place in Pool B. One of the top seeds in the tournament. They beat Belarus, they beat Spain, and they beat Turkey. 3 wins, no losses for the Russian Federation, but we start anew as now it's the tournament. And now here comes Estonia. So the 4 players from Estonia, they went winless in the preliminary round, losing all 3 of their games. They finished in 4th place in Pool C. They lost to Greece, lost by 1 point to Serbia, one of the top teams here. They played Serbia close, but lost by 1 point, 18-17, before getting beat by 10 by Italy. So it's just a question of which Estonia team is going to show up, the team that lost to Greece and Italy or the team that took Serbia to the final seconds. If they can play well like they did against Serbia, elevate their game, this could be a good game against Russia. The Russians highly favored in this one. They are one of the better teams here. Russia winning bronze at the 2014 3-on-3 World Championships. Estonia finishing 10th in that tournament. But the 3-on-3 game growing in popularity in Estonia, as there are now major 3-on-3 tournaments held regularly in that country. So it's helped the popularity of the game, and of course it's helped Estonia's world ranking. And the winner of this game will move on to the quarterfinals, where they will play the winner of the Czech Republic and Romania, and that game about to begin as well, just a few yards away. The Russian Federation, Alexandrov, the leading scorer at 7.5 points a game. Pavlov, Kanigan, and Lagutin. For Estonia, their leading scorer is Lindmet. He's averaging 5.7 points a game. Dorbek, Oya, and Rodla are the other 3 players. So the Russian Federation and Estonia, and we're just a few seconds away from the start. And here we go. Estonia in the dark uniforms. Russia in the white. Scrum underneath. And the first basket scored by Rodla of Estonia. 2-point shot by Russia, no good. Rebounded by Dorbet. Rodla driving. Underneath, Lindmet. And it's good. 2-0 Estonia.
We see today the teams that we think that they are not the favorites with an amazing start. Before Switzerland, now Estonia It's the only way they have to try to compete against, in this case, Russia, one of the favorites.
We saw earlier Slovenia really struggled to put away Switzerland. Switzerland had not won a game here in Baku, and they almost pulled off the upset. So anything can happen. That game starting much like this one, where the Swiss took a big lead. 5-0 was the lead they took. Here, Russia bouncing back the 2-point shot, and we are tied. That's a long 1-point shot missed by Dorbeck. But the rebound for Estonia. Kanigan to the far side. Alexandrov in and out.
Good work in offense. Offensive rebound for Russia.
And you can see the big men battling underneath.
And it's three offensive rebounds in a row. This is so important.
These two teams pretty equal in size. Each team averaging 6 feet 5 inches in height, 1.95 meters. The Russians a little bit older. Their average age 30 years of age. The Estonia players average 27 years old. Free throw evens up the game at 3. Russia has had to fight for their wins. They opened up with an easy win over Belgium, but then had to really battle to get past Spain and Turkey. 2-point shots for Estonia.
And now offensive foul from one of the favorites or the most talented players, Alexandrov. Keep an eye on him because he's showing his skills here on the court. And Estonia leading the game with impressive shooting from the outside.
5-3. They have a lead over the favorites, the Russian Federation. Lagutin drives, he misses. Rodla, he drives and it rolls in. 6-3.
And it's fun to watch because they are playing wide open. We can see a lot of layups.
Kanigan, his shot no good. Oh yeah, with the rebound. Lindmetz. A screen there. Lindmetz momentarily lost the ball, picked it up, missed the shot.
But I like the intensity of the game. Players having substitutions all the time and a lot of one-on-one, face-to-face, which it makes it more entertaining.
Lagutin with the fadeaway shot, no good. And the ball goes to Estonia. Russia won Pool B. Estonia came in last in Pool C. But right now they lead 6-3. Lagutin with the steal. That was not a well done pass. Estonia has the ball back. Dorbeck for 2. Air ball. Alexandrov. He's going to drive. And he puts it in.
He's so good.
He averages 7.7 points a game here in Baku. And that was his first basket.
And with almost 60% of the field, which is impressive, considering that we are playing here 3-on-3 basketball.
Some of the teams you'll see 3 of the players play a majority of the time and 1 player will sit for most of the time. That's not the case with Russia. All 4 players averaging between 7 and 8 minutes per game. So they all get equal playing time.
And it should be like this if you want to have a balanced team.
Nice basket by Lindmetz. Well, especially in this heat here in Baku.
Oh, I could hear from here that hit.
Alexander Pavlov getting hacked in the lane.
And I'm missing a little bit more of passing from Russia. In other games, they were passing the ball so fast, and they were creating advantage out of it. Let's see if today they do the same. Not at the moment.
Pavlov with the free throw. Russia pulls within 2. Kanigan, no good. 6.5 minutes to go. 7-5. Estonia looking for the upset here in the first round. Beautiful pass and basket by Lagutin. I'm sorry, that was by Lindmetz.
And this is non-stop. Estonia looking really, really, really good.
8-6, 6:07 to go.
And as you said before, Estonia irregular, but today looks like they play Serbia.
They seem to up their competition against the better teams. And they really struggle against the weaker teams. A steal by Alexandrov. He's going to try a 2-pointer. Missing front of the rim. Estonia now, 1-point shot. No good.
Out of bounds.
Alexandrov thought he was, or check it. Kanigan thought he was fouled, but not before he stepped out of bounds. And now we have a timeout.
And it's weird that players ask for timeout that soon. But I think Russia, they need to think about what's going on the court and try to find solutions. Maybe they need to be a little bit more active in order to get more advantage, because Estonia, they are playing really well in defense and in offense.
3-on-3 basketball. It's fast, it's furious. FIBA began testing the 3-on-3 format at the 2007 Asian Indoor Games. The sport has also been included at the Youth Olympic Games in Singapore in 2010 and in Nanjing in 2014. FIBA was hoping they could get this sport to be included in the Olympic Games in Rio next year, but that bid was unsuccessful. But they are trying to get it involved and included in the 2020 Games in Tokyo. Played on a half court with 1 basket. Shots made outside the arc worth 2. Inside the arc, they're worth 1. It's a 10-minute game unless one team scores 21 points.
And 12 seconds possession.
Yeah, that's the big thing, a 12-second shot clock. So you see these players not wasting a lot of time heading to the basket.
An impressive performance from Estonia. They're leading by 4 right now. Russia needs to react a little bit.
Nice spin and basket by Alexandrov. It was his first basket of the game. Pavlov has 5 points for the Russians. Leading scorer for Estonia, Rodla with 4. Their scoring has been much more balanced. Lindmetz with 3, Dorbeck with 3. And here you see Dorbeck heading towards the basket, but getting fouled. And the free throw tipped in by Oya. 2-point shot is good by Kanigan. 11-9, it's a 2-point game.
That's a good way to come back.
Russia only 1 for 6 from beyond the 2-point arc. 1-point shot is good by Dorbeck. Lagutin missing. He has been off from beyond the 2-point arc this entire tournament and in the preliminary games, and the 12-second shot clock expires. But Lagutin, 29 years old, has not fared very well in the preliminary round, and now here in the tournament, with his 2-point shot.
Make some noise. What if you are supporting the Estonian team? Make some noise for
4 minutes, 18 seconds to go, and a little bit of a repair with the sport court now. And so both players will get a nice little rest here. Take a break from the heat and the sun.
Maybe they did it on purpose because they need to rest a little bit. It's too much hot there. And to hydrate themselves, breathe in, breathe out, and be ready for the big battle.
Well, we have seen this already today. An undefeated team really struggling to knock out a winless team. Estonia losing all 3 of their games in the preliminary round. Russia won all 3 of their games. But here we are beginning the tournament today, and Estonia leads by 3. And Estonia leads by 4. Lagutin drives, and he gets it to fall. 13-10. And now the steal by Russia. Alexandrov wide open. Can't get it to fall. It spun around the rim.
Good reaction from Russia.
They've made only 2 of their 8 shots from 2-point land. Shooting only 35% from the field. Alexandrov forcing the action, draws the foul. Neither team near the bonus just yet. That's the 4th foul committed by Estonia. Russia has committed 2.
And Estonia playing a little bit better the one-on-one, face-to-face than Russia, being a little bit more effective.
The Czech Republic with a 10-7 lead over Romania on the outdoor court. Winner of that game plays the winner of this game in the quarterfinals. That shot in time by Oya. The 28-year-old puts it in just before the buzzer. 14-10, and Estonia looking to knock out the favored Russians. 15-10. Lindmitz. And a block there.
3 minutes and 13 seconds left. Estonia up.
And that was Pavlov going into the base of the basket hard, but he appears to be okay. Pavlov driving, off balance, and thank goodness for the padding.
And Estonia with a nice advantage now. Russia is trying to get a little bit anxious.
A 5-point lead by Estonia, their largest lead of the game. Alexandrov missing. Rebound. Russia. Alexandrov underneath. His 2nd point of the game. Norbeck stops, pops, no good. And now Cannigan for 2.
With a little bit of luck.
But they count the same.
Oh, yes.
15-13, Russia has pulled within 2. Rodla, no good. Taken by Cannigan, he goes for 2.
Oh, that was an impressive rebound.
Wow. I'm surprised Pavlov was not called for over the back, though.
This is 3-on-3 basketball.
They are letting them play. At a timeout called, Estonia up by 2, 15-13, 2 minutes, 19 seconds remaining.
And that's a good thing of 3-on-3 basketball. Russia just put a little bit more of pressure in defense, and try to play more aggressive in offense, and they just get a little bit closer. 2 points difference is nothing, considering that we are playing 3-on-3.
Slovenia and Greece have already advanced to the quarterfinals. One of these teams looking to do the same. Russia, undefeated in the prelims, really struggling here against a very gamely Estonia squad. (15-14). Oh yeah, along the sideline, good defense by Russia. Estonia, I believe, will keep the basketball, but they only have 6 seconds to shoot the ball. But now some confusion. Is it Estonia's ball or Russia's ball? Looks like it's going to be Estonia. The referees discussed it. Estonia with 5 seconds on the shot clock. And a foul is called on Russia.
They complained, but it was a perfect call. And Estonia, INC, is playing better the one-on-one.
I didn't see a whole lot of contact there by Kanigan, but the referees, one is from Italy, the other from Azerbaijan, blowing the play dead, and Estonia now at the free throw line. They are 1 for 2 now from the free throw line. Up by 2, 16-14. And Estonia with the rebound. Under 2 minutes to go. Dorbeck passing outside, and the high wild shot by Rodla misses everything. Russia now trying to tie the game. No good.
And Russia first with a good defense, then with a good offense, and trying to find for the rebound. They are back in the game.
Lagutin was fouled on that last play, and he really sold it.
We say he helped the referee to call the foul.
Tried to make it a little more obvious.
Yes.
That was the 7th foul committed by Estonia. So from this point forward, Russia will get 2 free throws every time Estonia fouls. Lagutin makes 1 of 2. Estonia has led most of the way. They still have the 1-point lead. That one's no good. The battle underneath, and Russia has it, and now a whistle.
I insist, how important are the rebounds? And Estonia, they beg, they wish the game would finish before. Maybe it's going to be too long for them. Let's see, because by now they are leading the game.
Estonia scored the first basket of the game. They have never trailed. Russia has tied it up a couple times. Now they've tied it here, and this would be the first time they lead if they make the basket, and they do. Russia with the first lead with 1:23 to go. Estonia looking to upset the Russians. That one does not drop. And Lagutin, Alexandrov now at the 2-point arc. He drives out to Lagutin for 2. And he, as again I said earlier, has not had that 2-point shot working all week here in Baku.
And they were telling him to pass the ball to one of his teammates.
Yeah, Kanigan, number 3, is their 2-point specialist.
Yes, that's why they are blaming on him. Like, pass the ball.
Yeah.
As I mentioned before, they need to pass a little bit more and faster.
Well, they've taken Lagutin out of the ball game now, so it's Alexandrov, Pavlov, and Kanigan. Russia with the ball and a 1-point lead. Pavlov, Alexandrov, driving, back to the basket, throws underneath, and I think it might have been tipped by Estonia. So Russia will keep the ball, only 3 seconds left on the shot clock. And this game's going to go down to the final seconds. It could be whoever has the ball last.
Oh, he didn't realize. He didn't realize that it was shot clock violation. See,
Alexandrov's like, somebody's got to tell me, but he can look at the scoreboard and see he only had 3 seconds.
It's his fault. I mean, he should know.
So a mental error by Russia. Estonia gets the ball back, 44 seconds and counting. Estonia down by 1.
And now you can see the difference of defense from Russia. But look at that.
Dorbeck 4-2, and Estonia takes the lead.
That's impressive.
That one almost brought rain. A high arc and a 2-pointer.
When needed.
Dorbeck has 6 points. Canigan lays it in for 1. We are tied at 18, and Dorbeck was fouled. That is only the 4th foul called against Russia, so Estonia's not in the bonus yet.
That's why he fouled out that fast.
Down to 20 seconds. Rodla. Dorbeck. 4 seconds on the shot clock. No good. Rebound, Lagutin.
Keep it till the end.
Canigan.
And play the last one.
This will be the last shot. Canigan
Oh,
puts it in, and the game is over.
unbelievable.
Just before the game clock expires. Andre Canigan with the spin and the lay-in, and Russia avoiding the upset just barely with a fun, impressive 19-18 win.
Both teams showing here their potential. Estonia was leading almost the whole game, and at the end I think they didn't believe in themselves enough. And Russia, with a talented one-on-one at the end, saved this game. They were almost out of this competition.
They survive by a whisker. Canigan with the game-winning shot as time expired, and Russia wins it by a point. Pavlov was the leading scorer for Russia with 8, Canigan with 6, Lagutin and Alexandrov each had 2, Rodla and Dorbeck tied for the scoring lead for Estonia. They each had 6. Lindmetz had 4. An incredible performance by Estonia. They go home having not won a game here in Baku, but they played the best teams very tough. It's a 1-point loss. Russia advancing to the quarterfinals. They await their opponent because right now the Czech Republic and Romania are tied at 16 with no time left. They are going to overtime. So the Czechs and Romania going to overtime. The winner of that game will play the Russian Federation in the quarterfinals. Once again, the final score, it was Russia 19, Estonia 18.